Good morning and welcome to the Big Sky 200. We're about to kick off the youth class during the Throttle Down Customs Big Sky 200. It's going to be a lot of fun. We got 3 young guys and gals out there.
Yes.
I'm Miles Hasquist alongside Michael Adams. Grizz, how's it going, buddy?
Good. How are you?
Oh, having fun. Yesterday was a long day, but it was a fun day. Today's a little more laid back, but still lots of action yet to come.
So
we have Brayson Tucker with Kaylee Tucker riding shotgun out of Malta, Montana with Elite Diesel. We have Griffin Blazer out of Whitefish, Montana with LBR Plumbing. And we have Nora Prendergast out of Castle Rock, Colorado with Happy Medium Approach, HD Signs, Dirty Life, and Ironclad. So it'll be a lot of fun. Just one class?
Just one class. This is one of my favorite classes. I'll run for 30 minutes.
Yep, on this 1 mile qualifier that we saw on, I guess, what day was that? Thursday. It's all starting to run together.
Yeah, yesterday was quite the long day for all of us.
So it's a 1 mile little track here that we qualified on for Yellowstone off-road racing for a few years now. So it should be a lot of fun. We saw Randy Tucker and his wife Cassie racing yesterday during the 12 hours. So now it's Brayson and Kaylee's turn to go out there and run around. We have Andy and Maggie rooting on Griffin Blazer. And then we have Tom and Rosalie rooting on Nora Prendergast. So we'll have 3 youth 170s out there cruising around on this 1 mile track. They'll race for 30 minutes and then the checkered flag will come out.
Yep.
We're still out here on Warren Ketchum's private ranch, over 10,000 acres just north of Billings, Montana, just outside of Broadview. Absolutely amazing place. It looks like the green flag is out.
And Pendergast went first.
And Nora Pendergast is off the line. Are they taking off one at a time?
One at a time.
Okay, so
just
this race
not
is
wide enough.
Yeah.
It's not wide enough to get 3 of them going, so
it'll be 1 at a time, every 30 seconds, I would assume.
Yep.
So this
every
race
20.
is...
They did every 20.
Okay, every 20 seconds. This race is on adjusted time.
That's Andy.
Okay, that's Griffin
Blazer, sorry.
Number 14. Andy Blazer's usually driving.
Yeah, that's the dad, so...
I love that, most of these, well, all of these parents are racing with us here at Y.O.R.R and brought their kids to come have some fun. And last but not least is Brayson and Kaylee Tucker out of Malta, Montana with Elite Diesel. We have our chase crew out there just going to putz around, making sure everybody's safe and sound.
Safe and good. We got course workers out there also in some of the bad corners. So, not that they're really that bad, because this was qualifying it. It's beat in so bad. That's the first time I've drove it since qualifying.
Oh, okay, it got beat up pretty good, huh?
And right there where you just seen the drone shot, that's where the main course ties in. So, it got ran for 12 hours yesterday.
And it's
qualifying.
And another 6 hours later on this afternoon.
Yes, so
again, thank you everybody for tuning in. This is the Youth 170s. It's going to be a great day. And then here at 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, in about 1 hour, we'll kick off the big cars. So we'll have a quick little break, and Grizz and I will run up and get everything set up, and we will be live racing for the rest of the afternoon. We should have about 60 cars taken off the line for the big race this afternoon. It's going to be great.
Yeah. Yeah, we do this down here, so we get to pack everything up
real quick,
run to the top of the, not run, but run our machines and get up to the top of the hill,
and then reboot the Starlinks and all the stuff. So it's like that's Pendergast. Nora's out there cruising along. She took off on that first spot, getting ready to hit that Kurtz off-road launch. They probably won't get too much air on this one, but they'll kind of unload the suspension. Nora's out there cruising along. Montana drones chasing them down.
That she's going across now, that they'll all be going across here in just a second. That is so uneven.
Yeah, it's like off camber.
It's off camber bad. So when I was coming through there, I was worried that one of them was going to tip, but they're so small, they fit down in the one tire track, so they don't even notice it.
All right. Man, as it looks like Griffin Blazer's starting to catch up to Nora Prendergast. Remember, they took off in 20-second increments, and I think they're down to about 5 or 6 seconds.
Griffin won PAL, so he won the last one. So
rolling over the Kurtz off-road launch there as well. And here's where they deviate course.
So this is where the qualifying cuts off the main course.
Yeah, so later on today they'll go straight on that road, but during the qualifying and the kids' youth race, they dive right back in. It's a 1 mile race.
I got another.
All right.
We got a pretty good race on our hands.
Yeah, he is caught.
Oh, going inside, outside. Griffin's taking the inside. It looks like does get around Nora Prendergast, so he's already got a 20-second lead over Pendergast. We'll see her dad, Tom Pendergast, race later on today in their Fire River Racing machine.
When
The
he came,
Euro Fire, that thing's absolutely beautiful.
It is. Griffin last race in Powell, when he finished the race, both his upper A-arms were so bent, the tires were towed in so bad, he just doesn't back off. So
I was talking to his mom at the start line just now. I was talking to Maggie, and I was like, "How you guys doing?" He said, "Well, he's actually pretty nervous." I was like, I get that. Butterflies are flying. So the
he
number
doesn't
14
look very nervous the way he's driving out
yeah,
there.
the number 14 of Griffin Blazer is out there running strong in that lead lap.
They know where to go.
But Nora Prendergast is right on his tail. So they'll loop right around Elite Power Sports Studio.
And here they're coming back across the timing loop.
And you can hear them all over the pipe. So Brayson and Kylie Tucker are still trucking along a little off pace, but still out there having fun. We were talking
little
to
sister. I could hear her yelling at him.
Go. I was talking to Randy Tucker there at the start line, and they were talking about, or Grizz, you were talking to him about when you're going to get them each their machine, and he said I offered that, and Kaylee's like, I don't want to race without Brayson. I was like, That's so cute.
That's unusual.
Prendergast is still trying to chase down Griffin Blazer.
How was the lap time, Aaron?
Griffin's was 4:46, Nora 5:10, and Brayson 4:56.
They're still running 4-minute lap on a mile in a 170. That's not too shabby.
So fastest lap of the day thus far is Griffin Blazer with a 4:46. Our next race will be at the Buffalo Chip in Sturgis, South Dakota, July 19th through the 20th.
Yeah, that's a fun track.
I love that.
You've
Well,
been there.
I love all these races. I haven't been to Powell, or what's the other one you guys go to?
Columbus.
One of these days I'll have to try to sneak up to those two, but up here at Broadview is one of my favorites, and Sturgis, it's a great short course. It's dusty. that's one thing we've fought there the last few years, but it's a great track.
It's a great track. Dusty, short course, was kind of built into the side of a hill, so it's kind of cool.
The elevation's amazing there as we're cruising over the Kurtz Off-Road Launch following Blazer. But I was talking to Dusty Goggles, who helps Brian Williams, helps runs the Sturgis track, and they're talking about putting a sprinkler system in, so that'd be pretty handy.
That would be handy. It'd be way better than a water truck.
Yeah, those water trucks on that track is sketchy.
But yeah, we know.
Yeah, I got stuck once, about rolled once, and Gus did flip one of ours over. It's a little sketchy up there, but it's a great course. Speaking about that, we're still here in Broadview, Montana on this 1 mile qualifier. Griffin Blazers still trucking along, the number 14 out of Whitefish, Montana in that lead. They took off one at a time every 20 seconds, and he got around Nora Prendergast pretty good, and now Prendergast looks like she's backing off. That was actually Brayson and Kaylee Tucker, sorry.
Yep. Sorry, I thought it looked like the same from the back there.
Well, they're all little bitty UTVs.
Yeah, right.
Thankfully, Prendergast is that bright turquoise.
Yeah, they're teal or turquoise color that their car is. All three of their cars match because they got the Class 11 car
Class
too.
11. They said they're not bringing that one out quite yet. Because it's more of a short course, but I guess it would meet your 1600 rules, right?
Yep. We got two identical cars racing.
Love it.
So
there's Prendergast. You can see that at the bottom right. And Blazer at the top of your screen. And the parents are out there just all big grins. And I saw one of them had their special old timer. Rowdy's little sister was running timing for their team.
oh,
I think they were running that for Blazer.
they're coming through the last little whoop for the straight there.
So Griffin Blazer out front still. And then Nora's about 30 seconds back. Well, I'm going to say about 15 seconds back
Yeah,
now.
that doesn't look
Starting
like
to reel
30
back
there's-
in. It's pretty cool how these little 170s are pretty evenly paced.
Pretty sure they have both of them to the floor right now.
Because it's
during that-
uphill
It's uphill.
with about 22 horsepower.
Yeah.
But Griffin Blazer got the early lead and hasn't looked back yet.
438.
438 for Andy Blazer. Or sorry, Griffin Blazer.
447.
447 for Nora.
They're getting faster.
Yeah, he picked up, Griffin Blazer picked up 8 seconds on that lap, and Prendergast picked up about 9 seconds.
Braden just came across start finish.
453.
So 453 for Tucker. That's picking up
Braden.
17 seconds.
Yeah, Braden's definitely getting faster. So
You know, you got to get comfy. Grizz, you were nice enough to give him a little parade lap, so hopefully
Yeah.
they'll get lost. But it's pretty burned in. It's pretty obvious, but it's great to see them out there having fun, and I think the parents have just as much fun as the kids.
I do. I mean, I have fun watching these guys.
Yeah, these young guys and gals are having so much fun out there. Nora Prendergast out of Castle Rock, Colorado with Happy Medium Approach, HD Signs, Dirty Life Race Wheels, and Ironclad. Her parents are Tom and Rosalie Prendergast. Then we have Griffin Blazer out of Whitefish, Montana with LBR Plumbing. Andy and Maggie Blazer are her parents. And then Brayson and Kaylee Tucker out of Malta, Montana with Elite Diesel. Randy and Cassie Tucker are his parents. They took off one at a time every 20 seconds. Again, this is the start of the TDK Big Sky 200. A huge shout out to Mickey Thompson, Wild West Off-Road Series, Elevated Power Sports, and many more. Great to see the future of our sport out there turning some laps. Practice makes perfect. Brayson and Kaylee Tucker out there having some fun, racing with their buddy Griffin Blazer and Nora Prendergast. They take off one at a time every 20 seconds. Nora took off first, then Griffin Blazer, and then Brayson Tucker. Griffin Blazer was able to get around Nora Prendergast on the first lap, and that's the way it's stuck so far.
It's back. Hey, we had a little technical difficulty. We froze up there, so had to get the expert in here.
But you can barely see that rugged flag flying on the right of our screen at the start-finish there. And obviously we're in the middle of this 10,000-acre ranch. So internet's a little tricky from time to time.
I gotta change the battery.
That's the shot.
I got a lamp.
Okay. We're doing a battery change on the drone.
Yeah,
and we're
Montana
back-
Drone Company's done an amazing job. Dallas has helped us out. Well, it's helped you out since the very beginning with your live show, and it's really great to see him out here still supporting us. And man, the shots he had yesterday were awesome.
Oh yeah, he does.
He
an
flew for
excellent job.
12 hours straight yesterday. How many drone batteries did that take? All of them.
Right.
So it looks like Griffin Blazer's starting to pull away just a little bit. The number 14 out of Whitefish, Montana. A 4:39, so almost identical lap times for Griffin Blazer within 1 second of his last lap. So we're starting to really dial it in. And Nora Prendergast is still trucking.
Oh, I'm looking at the bottom.
No, it's Nora that just came by the screen there. That's the camera that's on the start-finish line.
And we'll get a time for her here shortly.
4:51.
A 4:51, so shaved 2 seconds off her last lap. So Blazer and Pendergast are really starting to dial it in. And Brayson and Kylie Tucker, I'm sure they're all smiles, having some fun out there.
I don't know if I'd want to race with my sister. Her yelling at me to go faster.
No doubt. Me and my brother are pretty good friends now, but at that age, I don't think I could have done that.
No.
Well, I really enjoy the husband and wife teams that go out and do that, because that really takes something
Yeah.
special. I love my wife, but there's something about canoeing and racing that makes me a little nervous.
Can somebody wave at me if it comes up?
Yep.
We're racing the Youth 170s for the Throttle Down Customs Big Sky 200 here at the Old Cow Pie Motor Speedway. And how'd you come up with that name, Grizz?
Now there's
A lot of cow pies out
there's
there.
a lot
right?
of cow pies, and I don't know. Warren said it one night. We were down there, and
That's when all the good stories come out, is at night.
we were down in his house one night, and he was actually they were singing country songs, and he was playing guitar, singing it, and he goes, "We're just playing guitar on this old cow pie ranch here,"
And it just kind of
it
stuck, huh?
So
I like it. Oh, our drone, we got the battery changed, and it is back in action. So the Old Cow Pie Motor Speedway. And then later on today, we'll have Hogan's Alley, Scotts Bluff, and Dead Cow Corner. So pretty obvious on all those, too.
Yeah. Hogan's Alley is rough. They said it's getting beat in, so.
And then Scotts Bluff, we're coming down that one, and that's no joke either.
No. There's flashing lights. There's.
Oh, you did
red
get
arrows.
flashing lights, huh?
Yeah, we
Nice.
put 2 of them out there on the top of that. Because,
Better safe than sorry.
well, especially when they were running into the dark last night.
Yeah. And
So-
this is a working ranch, so we did have to, you guys had to round up all their cattle and put them up, but there's been a few escapees that you'd had to go.
That's what they're working on right now.
Oh,
I've
again,
seen
huh?
them. Yeah. So this morning they went down there. They're actually grabbing a couple bales. They'll drop them in with the cows and
That way they
in that area. They'll just stay there for
and
the day.
eat the rest of the day. Like, hey,
I'm
it's a
fat
free
and
buffet.
I'm fat and happy and I don't have to work for it. So
Look how big and vast it is down here on this 1 mile qualifier for the Youth 170s. Just a beautiful backdrop, and that's why it's called Big Sky Country.
was your first time to Montana for the
Yeah,
race?
yeah,
You
in
came out
21. That's my first time ever up this way, and we road tripped with Alan. Only ran out of gas like 3 times, but We came up here
I forgot about that.
and had just the closer we got, just the more and all. Because you can see pictures, you can look it up on the internet, but you just don't realize what it is until you get here. And our first night this week, we came out and getting on the top of that bluff. The sun was starting to set. It's just absolutely beautiful out here. Just a gorgeous part of the country. And you take it for granted. I get that, but for a newbie, it's still awe dropping every time.
It still is for me, even. Especially we stay out here
For
about
weeks
every
at a time.
before, and we just stay out here in the camper. But every night you just kind of sit up there, and nothing better to do that or have a cup of coffee and sit there and relax. So
Absolutely. Looks like Griffin Blazer's coming up the hill. I don't see Nora Prendergast behind him. So he's starting to pull away with this with a commanding lead. So Griffin Blazer with his mom and dad, Andy and Maggie, rooting him on out of Whitefish, Montana with LBR Plumbing. Last couple laps have been right around that 4:38 mark.
438.
4:38 on the money. So he is keeping it within 1 second of his last 3 laps. You talk about consistency. That's impressive from that young man.
you called that one.
Man.
Oh, it looks like the Tucker kids.
Yeah, they're starting
rain
to
is
pick
starting
it up.
to pick up. And/or Nora's slowed down that much.
A little
One or
bit of
the
both.
other.
There's something a little rattly coming out of Nora's car. But maybe it's just the 170. I mean, because
Yeah.
remember, they're fancier than a go-kart, but it's still a solid axle with a chain-driven. So
Chain-driven.
it's pretty simple machine. Not a whole lot of suspension, but they're out there having fun. We'll get a time for Nora.
Sorry. 459.
4:59. So slowing down just a tick.
444 for Griffin.
And
For-
Tucker-
Griffin, I mean.
Tucker is picking it up. He shaved about 9 seconds off his last lap. So starting to reel in Nora. But Blazer's really starting to pull away with this. And man, Griffin Blazer's really settled in as we're zoomed in on Nora Prendergast.
And they got about 13 minutes left or so, correct, Aaron?
I have to map because you guys started. How long?
I think we started a couple minutes early. And this is a 30-minute race. And the checkered flag will fly. But right now it's Griffin Blazer's race to lose. As he's got around Nora Prendergast on that first lap and has not looked back. Brayson and Kaylee Tucker are starting to reel in Prendergast. We'll see. We got about 10 or 12 minutes left to go. And we'll see if it's enough time for the Tuckers to reel in Nora Prendergast.
That is like one of the funnest corners because it's kind of built
It's
into
big
the
bank,
side.
yeah,
Big
I love
bank
it.
into the side.
And then we'll get everything rounded back up, head up to the Elevated Power Sports Studio up top and get ready to kick off the Big Sky 200 presented by TDK. And a heartbreaker for Brent Burton, our pole setter, lost an engine. So he will not be able to race today. So that puts up old Eric Weichel in that pole position. And that's the best qualifying he's ever had. And I think the first time he started out front. And he's starting out front in a limited car against some of these big cars. So a huge shout out to Eric Weichel.
Like he had a great
Qualifying. It's awesome. Good
it
for
just
him.
looks so smooth.
The 3 cars are starting to spread out just a little bit. So the Montana Drone Company is getting a little high and wide. Seeing where the next one's at.
You can see how that track is burnt in there.
Burnt in and blown out. You said some of those corners are getting a little tough.
Yes, they are.
And you race here once a year, so you just kind of let the nature, the rain, the wind kind of take care of it?
Yeah,
And
we'll
it
go
does a pretty
fix
good.
the corners we got to fix.
Okay.
You know, like if they get real blown out, we'll take the motor grader out or the tractor and go get everything back to where it settles. And
And
then
then let
between the
Mother Nature take its course.
yeah, between the weather and everything else, it never fails. We can't even find the track half the time when we come back.
I'll bet. I was
grass is so
surprised
green.
on how overgrown parts of the track was because last year with 180 cars driving over it, I assumed it'd still be there. Nope, there's a couple spots that you got to kind of refine. Looks like that's Nora Prendergast, or is that? Could be Blazer. I believe his was blue, right? So yeah.
Yep, that is
That's
Blaze.
Blazer coming around towards the Rugged Radio start finish.
This is where it's nice when they have the big decal on the top
Yep,
of the car, right?
like
talked
Eric
about-
Weichel. He's
like
got the big
Eric,
smile
yeah.
face.
We talked about that yesterday. It's so nice. 'Cause you
Ooh.
can pick the car out. Ooh, that's
And
a
look
close
at the
chase.
battle between Brayson Tucker and Nora Prendergast. We have our safety crew behind on that dirt bike, making sure everybody's staying safe. But we got a real battle there for second and third place. And speaking about Prendergast, let's give a huge shout out to Tom and Rosalie. They made the trophies for the Big Sky 200 presented by TDK. So pretty cool for them to step up and build these trophies. And hopefully Nora gets to take one home. And obviously Tom wants to take one home as well.
Yeah.
439.
439 for Blazer. So
God dang.
the
he's-
last 4 laps, it's been 438, 439, 438, 439. You talk about smooth and consistent. Griffin Blazer is doing
Oh,
just
look
that.
at the battle we got going
Oh
here.
man, Tucker's trying to reel in Prendergast coming up the hill. Who's got the more power? I believe Prendergast is at a 170, and Tucker may be in one of those newer 200s.
So they
So,
don't make the 170.
Yeah.
It's a 200 now, I think.
which they're still very similar. Oh, and it looks like we're going for a pass, trying to go inside, outside, and Tucker is he going to make it stick? No. Prendergast shuts the door. Have to wait for the next corner. We got our cone right there for the inside turn. Had a pretty nice little rock there we had to move out of the way just before this race. So it is going to be a dogfight. Remember, this race was on adjusted time, and Prendergast started out front, so that puts Tucker ahead of her on adjusted time by
She's starting
roughly
to pull him
35
down
seconds.
the hill. It's that uphills where he's starting to catch her.
Yep,
Those
the
uphills.
horsepower. So right now,
Both of them.
Brayson Tucker does have Nora Prendergast on adjusted time. So it is right now. It's
Still
Griffin
a battle.
Blazer
Look
1,
at the corner
Brayson
here.
Tucker 2, and Nora Prendergast 2 on adjusted time. But this is a great run, Prendergast and Tucker. Oh, you know the giggles are going strong through the Tucker car. That's why I love having a co-driver, because it's
Yeah,
just
I
nothing
couldn't-
like making memories and enjoying the moment.
Yeah, solo isn't just. I mean, it's nice, but
On short course, I can understand it, but on these bigger tracks, no thanks. I want a co-driver. First off, I might need help. Second off, I don't know where I'm going. And third, let's laugh and have some fun.
that's right. I need somebody to witness when I do something bad.
Oh, we got Montana drone for that.
Oh yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Okay. So, perfect. Thank you.
This is the Youth 170 during the Big Sky 200, presented by Throttle Down Customs, as he cruises over the Kurtz off-road launch here on the 1 mile qualifier and the 1 mile Youth 170 track. I love this track for these kids because sometimes we're a little limited on where they can go, but this mile track, they can really spread out and we can basically see the entire track, so safety's not a concern here for these little guys and gals. They are the future of our sport.
Hopefully everything goes good today. We should have on-car footage.
With Rowdy Smith on the TDK car. We had it on Casey Welty's car yesterday, but just had some tech issues. But they were all excited to try to figure it out last night. So they're doing some more tech work, so hopefully they get that on board with Rowdy Smith figured out. What a beautiful sight it is out here on Warren Ketchum's private 10,000 acre ranch in the middle of nowhere just outside of Broadview, Montana. How far away is Billings from here? About 45 minutes, so I'm
Yeah,
going to say
roughly.
30, 40 miles.
Yeah, something like that.
And they've got, they've got everything. They got, the Walmarts, the hotels, the restaurants, but
Plenty big enough.
Yeah.
Anything you need in town, but this is a ways out there, so there
Yeah.
isn't much you can do there.
but I like that part.
and there
it's-
is some gravel road to get here also.
Yeah. And there's still a fight. I do believe Prendergast is still holding off Tucker, but on adjusted time, Tucker does have her. and they're having fun. And it's still Griffin Blazer out front, but the battle back here is Brayson and Nora Pendergast.
Looks like this, after they go by us, that'll be their final lap.
Nice. So the white flag will technically come out for Griffin Blazer. As he comes around, we'll get a lap time. We'll see. I'm going to guess a 4:38. We're doing every other.
4:38.
He has literally done 4:38, 4:39, 4:38, 4:39, and another 4:38. You talk about consistency. If he had a driving coach right now, he couldn't say anything because that's perfect. Wow. I mean, I was kind of joking saying that, but that is super, super impressive by that young man. Griffin Blazer is having one heck of a race.
How'd
And
you
you
get
can see
so
them bypassing
consistent?
each other on the screen.
Get so consistent by just holding it to the floor.
Yeah,
not
exactly. I
letting
guess
up.
you're right. Well, I started racing back when the XP Polaris 900 came out. And that was
Oh,
the same
yeah.
thing. It was bone stock, and you just go out there and mat it. And I was pretty consistent, same principle. So you're probably right. You can't go any faster
That's
because the
right.
machine won't.
True.
Just see how far they've come from those 900
Oh
days
yeah, it's incredible.
to these kids,
And-
youth ones.
Look at Tucker all over the back of Prendergast. We have a really great race between those two. They cross over the Rugged Race Radio start finish for their final time before they see the checkered flag.
Good morning, sir. Yeah, go ahead.
So they're hitting the Kurtz off-road launch. That is our leader, Griffin Blazer. I'm sure his parents, Andy and Maggie, are rooting him on. And again, what a great run by that young man. He passed Nora early on in that first lap and has not looked back. And like we just said, smooth and consistent, Grizz.
Yeah, you can be more consistent than that.
But the fight right now is Nora Prendergast is trying to hold off Brayson and Kaylee Tucker.
And just when you think they're going to pass, like when they came through here again.
Oh, hot on the heels, but
hot
that's...
on the heels, but then you see this right here, and you see him just not be able to hold it.
And how
So-
fast are they going? What do you think, 25 miles an hour or so?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, it's so great to see them having so much fun. I was watching their parents strap them all in, and the butterflies are flowing, and they're just
yeah.
talking to them and having fun. And
Well, Maggie said Griffin was super nervous.
had the butterflies going, but he's not nervous now. I hope because he's
no.
got this one in the bag. But to finish first
First
you
you
must
must
finish. And what a great battle. It still is out back between Brayson and Kaylee Tucker versus Nora Prendergast.
It was just like last night's battle, all the way
Oh,
down to the
man.
end. Wow. In the dark.
Yeah. Caleb
Oh.
Rupp. Oh, he's trying to stick it on the inside, but Nora Prendergast shuts the door once again. Brayson's really trying to go inside, outside, anything he can do. And I'm sure they've got their rugged race radios between their parents and saying, go, go, go. As they both cruise over the Kurtz off-road launch. And there's the bluffs you can overview for spectating. And again, if you're watching this right now and you're in the Billings area, come on out. It's $20 per person. Kids 12 and under are free. There's still plenty of time. We don't start the big race for another half hour.
It's right there.
So Griffin Blazer got around Nora early on that first lap of this 30-minute race on this 1 mile track and has not looked back. So Griffin Blazer out of Whitefish, Montana with LBR Plumbing looks like he's got this race wrapped up. But look at this. Tucker's trying to get around Prendergast again. Oh, it's going to be close. Are they side by side? Look at this. What a great battle going for second and third place. Even though it's on adjusted time, Tucker has Prendergast, but he is trying left, trying right.
Eh.
But I don't think he got around.
Adjusted time or not, you kind of want to pass
Yeah,
somebody when you're that close.
100%.
They are getting the checkered flag on this lap, so
So Griffin Blazer is about to come around and lock this race up. So I'm sure Andy and Maggie will be super excited for Griffin Blazer to win the Big Sky 200 presented by Throttle Down Customs. The checkered flag is out and it has flown for Griffin Blazer, unofficially winning the TDK Big Sky 200. And look at the suspension. There isn't much. So we'll turn back around and try to find Tucker and Prendergast.
There they are.
So Blazer won this race by about a half a lap. That is super impressive. And you talk about smooth and consistent. Kept within 1 second on his last 5 laps. What was his last lap there, Aaron?
4:38.
4:38. So again, how fast can you go? That's as fast as it gets, I promise. It still looks like Prendergast is holding off Tucker, but Tucker's trying to go on the inside on the final stretch. They are side by side. No, shuts the door again. I think Tucker's almost pushing Prendergast up the hill. What a great finish we have here. And they're saying go, go, go. So Brayson and Kaylee Tucker are going to finish right behind Nora Prendergast, but on adjusted time. I do believe Brayson and Kaylee Tucker grabbed second place. So that puts Nora Prendergast in that 3rd position. What a great, great run by these young guys and gals. Grizz, that was so much fun. You can hear the parents out there hooping and hollering. What a great, great run we had. So again, unofficially, it looks like it's Griffin Blazer, then Brayson Tucker, and then Nora Prendergast. Well, Grizz, that was a lot of fun, but I think we should probably run up and get set up.
Run and set, so.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for tuning in for the Youth 170s for the TDK Big Sky 200. We're going to log out, but we will be logging back in live here in about a half hour for the big race. So tune back in here shortly. Right now.
Your job, your crew, your CAT compact equipment. And this is the support from your local CAT dealer. This is helping you meet your deadlines, your bottom line, your offers, your savings. This is getting you your parts and everything you need on time, easier than ever. This is what you get from your local CAT dealer.